What's up guys, welcome to my channel Towards AI. I hope you guys enjoying my videos. So today I will code linear regression using gradient descent. Before I actually move into the coding part, there's a few things you need to know. So okay, and then let's try it. So guys, suppose my hypothesis is minus 40 plus 0.25x. Okay, and I have a data of house sizes. So my this table. So this is my feature x, and then over here I have minus 40 and 0.25. This is our theta. So minus 40 is theta naught and 0.25 is theta 1. So let's say I represent this feature x in the matrix form like this one. Okay, so in the first column of this matrix I put 1, and in the remaining column I put our feature x, in this case in the second column. Okay. So now I represent our theta in the vector form. Okay. So our theta minus 40 and 0.25 like this one. Okay, so now if you guys know about the matrix multiplication, if you know the matrix multiplication, then you guys end up with this answer. Okay, I don't know if you understand where I'm going, but if you do, that's very good. If you notice here in this vector, so this vector is actually representing our hypothesis. So this is actually representing our hypothesis. Okay, so this is actually representing our hypothesis. So consider the hypothesis over here, minus 40 plus 0.25x. So how this vector is representing our hypothesis. So to understand this, first consider this hypothesis over here, minus 40 plus 0.25x. If you just use the value of x from this column, then you guys gonna end up with the same answer as in this vector. Okay, now so this one I'm going to represent as x naught, and this is our feature x1, and this is our theta. Okay, and this will now represent this as our hypothesis. So now consider this one over here. I took two more hypotheses. Okay, so 200 plus 0.1x and minus 150 plus 0.4x. So I added two more hypotheses over here, and again I represented all of these hypotheses in the matrix form like over here, and I do the matrix multiplication. So I'm gonna end up with this matrix. So if I use this theta and multiply with this feature, okay, then I'm gonna end up with this hypothesis. If I use this theta, then I'm gonna end up with this hypothesis. If I use this theta, then I'm gonna end up with this hypothesis. Okay. Now, so my main point is mathematically we can represent our hypothesis like x multiply theta. So x is also in the matrix form. Okay, so and our theta is also in the matrix form. Okay, so we can represent our hypothesis as x multiply theta. I hope you got my point. Please do understand this whole thing, because I'm going to use this hypothesis while coding. So guys, let's dive into coding part. So if you guys remember, then in the linear regression I talked about some notation. Here is some recap. So I will be denoting our number of training example as m. Okay, so m with the number of training example, and you guys already knew that I'm going to add some new feature, that is x naught. Okay, and I will add all 1 in the x naught. So I might sometime refer this x naught as the bias term, so don't get confused with that. And if you guys notice this hypothesis, okay, so if you guys notice this hypothesis over here, h of x equals to theta naught plus theta 1 multiply theta 1, and the hypothesis over here. h of x theta naught multiply theta, sorry, x naught multiply theta naught plus x1 multiply theta 1 are basically the same. So there will not be any change in our original hypothesis by adding the x naught. And I also talked about xi and yi notation. So this xi and yi denote our ith training example. So here, so what I mean in this example, let's say this 2104 is our x1 and 460 is our y1. Similarly, the 1416 is our x2 and 232 is our y2. Okay, then let's dive into the code section now. Okay. So first we need to import some libraries. So I'm going to import pandas and numpy over here. So import okay. So after importing the libraries, let's define our main function, and inside this main function I will call run function. So in order to get the optimal theta that will minimize our cost function, I have to run some algorithm number of times. So in each iteration I'll get a cost and theta. So I will define a cost list to store cost of each iteration and theta list to store the theta. So the cost list is to store the cost and theta list is to store the theta of each iteration. Okay. Now before loading the data, let's see how it looks. Basically, this is my data. So I have hour is my feature x, and this hour is my x1, and the score is my y, or say target variables. So here you can see there is no column for x naught, so we need to add our x naught explicitly. Okay, now let's load our data. Data frame equals to, so my data is in the CSV format. Okay. Now after loading data, now let's get our m, which is the number of training example. Okay. So m equals to length of data frame of our. Okay, then I will define our bias term. Okay, so bias term will be bias term b dot once and so what this line is doing is, so this line, the bias term equals to mp dot once 1 comma m comma 1. So it will store the ones in the bias term and it will add m ones. Okay, so this m comma 1 means it will add m ones in bias term. That's what we need, right? So because we have the m training example, so this is the bias term. Now let's define. Okay, so now I will add this bias term into our data frame. So data frame, I will define a new column for bias, name bias equals to this bias term. So this bias term in this line will be added to our data frame. Okay, now we need to pass our initial theta explicitly. So let's declare our initial theta, and I will pass 0. I mean initially theta naught equals to 0 and theta 1 equals to 0. Okay, and one thing, you must be clear about the dimension before coding. In here I only need 2 theta naught and theta 1, and my future x will be of dimension m into 2. Okay, my future x will be of dimension m into 2. I have bias column and the hour column. So I have the number of training examples, and I have the 2 columns. So basically my feature x will be of m into 2 dimension. So in order to multiply, so we know that hypothesis is calculated by multiplying x and theta. So in order to multiply the x and theta, we must rearrange our dimensions. So if x is m into 2, then theta must be 2 into 1. So let's define our initial theta, like initial theta equals to np dot zeros, so 2 comma 1. So it will be dimension of 2 comma 1. Okay, 2 into 1. So after defining our initial theta, in Python, if you need to do some mathematical operation for number of things at the same time, then it is better to use the NumPy array. So here I'll also be using the same thing. So I'll convert my data frame into NumPy array individually. So what individually means is, let's define our x, that is our feature, equals to data frame. Okay, data frame first is bias, and then our x1, that is our dot values. So it will convert our data frame into the arrays, NumPy array. Okay, similarly let's convert our y variable also. Y are the target variable, data frame. So y variable is equal dot values. Okay, now now here you can check the dimension of x will be m into 2. So my y, so I have to check the dimension of y also. So here I need dimension of y is m into 1. Okay, but the dimension of this y over here is not m into 1, so I need to rearrange the dimension. So let's rearrange the dimension. Y equals to y dot reset m. Come on. So before moving on, you should check your dimension. Okay, so okay, then let's call our, now I will call our cost function. So cost function, and I will pass my feature and my target, and then initial theta. So theta. Okay, so after declaring our cost function, let's define our cost function. Cost function, I will be getting x, y, and then initial, let's say theta. Okay, and as you know, the hypothesis is x multiply theta. Okay, so let's define our hypothesis. Hypothesis equals to x dot theta. So this is basically the x multiply theta. Okay, so basically x multiply theta. Don't get confused with the dot theta. Okay, so this is basically the x multiply theta. And now, but the answer will be different. So if you write x multiply theta, that answer will be different. You must write x dot theta for the NumPy array. Okay, so now I'll define my cost function as, okay, check this out. So my cost function is my cost function. So my cost function is defined as 1 by 2 m summation of hypothesis minus my actual value of y to the power 2. So let's define this thing. J equals to 1 by 2 multiply m, okay, multiply m multiply np dot sum, okay, sum of my hypothesis minus y to the power 2. Okay, so this is my cost function, and this is my cost, and this cost function will return, so return my cost and theta. Okay, so this cost function will return j and theta. So j is a cost and theta is a theta is theta. Now I have to append this cost and theta into the cost list and theta list respectively. So let's append this thing, cost list dot append j, similarly theta list dot append theta. Okay, fine. Now if you check the gradient descent algorithm, we're gonna need alpha, which is the learning rate. Okay, so let's define alpha equals to, let's say, 0.01 and number of iteration equals to 1500. Okay, now I will call my gradient descent function. Okay, let's call the gradient descent function gradient function. Okay, so I'm gonna pass my feature, my target variable, and initial theta as well, and then my alpha, and then number of iteration. So after declaring the gradient function, now let's define our gradient function. I'll be getting x, y, theta, alpha, and then number of iteration. Okay, fine. So in here also I'm gonna define our cost list and the theta list, where I will store my cost and theta of each iteration. Okay, now for the number of iteration in range 0, number of iteration. So I have to apply the gradient descent algorithm for the number of iteration. Okay, so 1500 times, so that I will get that optimal theta, which will minimize our cost function. Okay, now, so as you know, the hypothesis equals to x dot theta. So as I already told you, this is nothing but multiply theta in the matrix form, or say the NumPy array. And now in the formula, as you can see, it is okay, it is. So in the formula, as you can see over here, you have hypothesis minus actual value. So I'm going to represent this hypothesis minus actual value as an error. Okay, Okay, let's define our error. Error equals to my hypothesis minus actual value, that is y. Okay, similarly we need to do summation over here from 1 to m for this error and x. So let's do that also. So summation equals to np dot extra transpose comma. So this is basically x transpose multiply, so don't get confused with this dot transpose. So I did this dot transpose in order to arrange the dimension. In the formula, as you can see, we have summation error multiply then x, but over here in the calculation I wrote first x transpose and multiplied with error. So this is basically to rearrange the dimension, nothing else, so don't get confused with that. Okay, now let's define our theta minus. So I'm applying this formula over here. So theta minus alpha 1 by m summation of hypothesis minus our actual value multiply x. So theta alpha by m multiply summation. Okay, now we got our theta. Now we need to find the cost function for this theta. What I mean is I need to find that optimal theta which will minimize the cost. So for this theta I have to find some cost function. Okay, so let's call our cost function. This cost function will return j and theta. Okay, cost function, I'll pass x, y, and then the theta I got from this gradient descent algorithm. Oh, sorry, I forgot to pass m over here. Sorry for that. Okay. Now, so after calling the cost function in the gradient function, inside the gradient function, we'll get j and the theta. Again, sorry for that. Okay, so I'll get j and theta. Now I'll append this j and theta into cost list and theta list respectively. So cost list dot append j, and then theta list dot append theta. So in each iteration, it will call a cost function. For each iteration, first it will find the theta, okay, by using the gradient descent algorithm, and then in each iteration it will find the cost for that theta, and it will return the cost and the theta, and I will append that cost and the theta into a cost list for each iteration. Okay, for each iteration. Now this thing also. This is fine. Okay, now I have now this gradient function will also return our cost list, cost, and then theta list. So basically this cost list and theta list will contain the theta and the cost for each iteration. Okay, so this will return say cost theta f. Now I will store this cost and theta into the cost list and theta list. Okay, so this cost list and theta list, I will store the cost and the theta f. cost list dot stand cost, and then theta list dot extend theta f. Okay, I have you got the whole idea. Okay, so now I have to find the minimum cost from this cost list. Okay, so in order to find the minimum cost, now in order to find the minimum cost, let's define out the final cost or the minimum cost. So final minimum cost will be cost list dot it will be minimum of cost list. Okay, so in the final minimum cost, it will store in the final min cost, it will store the minimum cost from the cost list. Now I have to find the index of that cost also, minimum cost also, because I have to find the theta also, the optimal theta which minimize the cost. So for the index of final minimum cost equals to cost list dot index of what, index of this, okay, index of minimum of cost list. Okay, so we got our minimum cost and we got our that index of minimum cost. Now I have to find the theta. So theta that optimizes the cost function or minimizes the cost function. So theta min cost equals to theta list index of final cost. So I'll get that theta that minimizes the cost function at the same location where I have the minimum cost. Okay, so I use the index of the minimum cost over here. So I use the index of minimum cost to find the theta that optimizes the our cost function. Now let's print my final mean cost. Okay, and then print my theta mean cost. Now let's run and check what will I get. Save. Sorry, doesn't matter. I got some error over here. Sick. What's an error? First thing is exe.csv doesn't exist. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't declare the path of this function. See user users versus desktop. Okay, and this thing is alpha. Okay, this j cost function now should work. What's the name? Oh okay, sorry for that. I didn't pass our number of training example. Okay, let's run again. Okay, sorry for that again. Why? So guys, I fixed some of the errors. Now let's print this thing also. Print minimum cost each. Sorry, cost each from print cost. And then let's print our team theta each for that. Okay, so let's save this thing and run. Okay, so I got the error again. So what's there? Keyword can't be expressed. This is minimum. Right. Okay. So as you can see, the minimum cost for this data is 4.48 and the optimal theta is minus 3.63 and 1.1. so this 3.63 is our theta naught and 1.1 is our theta 1. So check the code if you need. Pause the video again if you don't understand the code, but I hope you understand this whole code. Okay, in the next video lecture I will code for the visualization part also. I'm going to use a Matplotlib and the Seaborn. Okay, if you like my video, give it thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will be notified whenever I make the new video. So have a good day.